Hi, this is Artricia, and in this video, I'm going to go over the top 5 reasons why MLOs are failing the NMLS exam and what you can do to avoid them. Have you tried the exam once or twice and can't afford to fail it again? It's a tough exam. And if you didn't already know, the national pass rate for the NMLS exam for first-time test takers is about 62%. That means that over 40% or close to 40% of the people that are taking the exam fail it the first time. Why? Well, I'm going to go over the top 5 reasons why people fail the exam, and I'm going to show you exactly what you can do to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. The number one reason why test takers don't pass the exam is because they don't adequately prepare for the exam. I find that to be the number one reason. In addition to the 20-hour pre-licensing course, it's recommended that you study for a minimum of 15 to 20 hours additional before you start taking the exam. See, you have to realize that the 20-hour pre-licensing course is not your exam prep course. It's your pre-licensing course. It's the course that you have to take to get into the business. So it goes over the rules, the regulations, the concepts that the NMLS wants you to know to be in the business, but not all of that information is on the exam. And a lot of test takers don't understand that, and they just rely solely on what they heard in that 20-hour class. In the 20-hour class, the main focus is not supposed to be to discuss what's going to be on the exam, but to make sure that you understand what rules and regulations you need to know to be in the mortgage business as a whole. And the problem is that a lot of schools, especially online, they don't communicate this to you. And the students spend way too much time studying stuff that isn't even on the exam. It doesn't mean that the information is not good or that it's not useful. It means that it just may not be on the exam. You have to know what you need to study so that you can make sure that you pass the exam. So that's my number one reason. Students are not adequately prepared to take the exam. Number two, maybe you took the wrong pre-licensing class. And by that, I mean maybe you took the wrong type of pre-licensing class for your particular learning style. Usually students choose the cheapest format or they choose an online course. But maybe that's not the best option for you. If you're new to the mortgage industry, and even if you're not, you have to realize that online self-study courses may not be the best option for you. These types of courses basically require that you teach yourself. And if you already don't know the information, how are you going to teach yourself? So don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good online schools out there, but you have to do your research. And you have to make sure that they're using up-to-date information that's accurate with what's going on in today's mortgage industry. We personally at Affinity, we only teach live classes for the 20-hour pre-licensing class. I find that students learn better in a live environment with an actual instructor in the same room. So we offer this course in boot camp style. People fly in from all over for the conference for a 2-day, 10-hour boot camp where they get their 20-hour pre-licensing with a live instructor. We usually hold them on the weekend or 2 consecutive days. So if you can take a live class, that's always better because you're able to sit there in a classroom, ask questions, participate in discussion, things of that nature. But if you can't and you have to take an online class, you need to do your research and you have to make sure that you're taking a good online class that has up-to-date, accurate information. Number 3 reason, students are studying without a plan. If you don't know what you should be studying, exactly what you need to know, then you're not going to pass. Students rely solely on practice exams and they memorize question, answer, and they don't really understand the content. They've just memorized the questions and memorized a bunch of answers. But what if they ask you that question just a little bit differently on the exam? Then you're lost. That's why we don't teach question, answer in any of our classes. We need to teach you why the answer is the answer so that regardless of how you get asked that question, you'll be able to figure out what the answer is. For example, you may know RESPA, You may even know TILA. You might even know what HMDA is all about, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The test is going to contain situational questions. You're going to need to know the how and the why respite and TILA work together, how they integrate with HMDA, things of that nature. A lot of the questions on the exam are scenario based and situational questions. So you're going to have to know how to study so that you can pass this particular exam. And again, memorizing a bunch of questions and answers, that's not going to get you to pass this exam. The fourth reason, waiting too long before taking the exam. Students that study sporadically or not consistently and waiting too long before taking the exam, they're going to have a hard time. The information on this exam changes frequently. So the longer you wait to take the exam, the more risk you take of the information changing. They've changed this exam about 7 times. And it's going to change again. We have a new administration, a new president, new rules, new regulations, new things going on with CFPB. So it's going to be changing again. So students that wait too long after taking their 20-hour class, after taking an exam prep class, you run the risk of the information changing. So the longer you wait, the more the information that you have that you study can either fade in your brain or it's going to change. The last reason that I'll talk about is students not understanding exactly what's going to be on the exam. That's the biggest one, in my opinion, the biggest one. Not understanding exactly what's going to be on the exam. Earlier this year, the NMLS released an updated test outline for the NMLS exam. It included all the new and recent changes like things with TRID and qualified mortgages, ability to repay, and a bunch of other rules. Most people don't even know that there's a new test outline. It's available on the NMLS website. It's very detailed and it tells you, gives you an outline of exactly what's going to be covered on the exam. There's 5 sections of the exam. There's the federal section that covers about 23% of the exam, the general mortgage section, another 23%, the mortgage loan origination section, about 25%, and there's ethics, 16, and uniform state test, another 13%. But if you don't know what you're going to be asked in those particular sections, you're going to be lost. You have to have a clear idea of what to expect in each section. Taking the exam without a clear idea of what's going to be on the exam is like driving cross country without a map. How are you going to know if you're going in the right direction? So those are my 5 tips. Those are the 5 things that you need to know and you need to make sure that you're aware of if you're going to pass the exam. Now, one of the things that I like for you to make sure that you take advantage of is that we have I've put together a resource guide for you. A resource guide for you. You can click the link at the bottom of this video, and it has 12 proven tips that we've used to help our students pass the NMLS exam, and most of them on the first time. We have a 92% pass rate. If you haven't had a chance, check out our Yelp reviews, but download this 12 tips. It's a resource guide. It's just for you. 12 proven tips that we've used with our students to help them pass the NMLS exam the first time. And that can help you so that you're not caught up in that statistics of that almost 40% of the people that are failing the exam the first time. That's it, guys. If you want more information, you want more practice tests, more videos, subscribe to our channel. And again, download that resource guide and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.